Back on the Sports Zone, I am Mike Aglialoro. We've been looking at the first week of OTAs in the NFL, and now, unfortunately, we are going to switch to the Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, the biggest news out of anyone's OTAs this week was on the first day of workouts, the Cowboys lost inside linebacker Sean Lee, one of their leaders, to a torn ACL injury, and he will miss the entire 2014 season. Now, we all knew that the Cowboys' defense was in pretty weak shape going into this season, but now that Sean Lee, who is oft injured in his own right, is going to miss the entire season, the Cowboys' defense looks like it is in 1,000 times more trouble than it was going into this season. Who is going to step up and replace Sean Lee? Well, the names you're hearing thus far are second-year man Devontae Holloman, eighth-year veteran Justin Durant, and the fourth-round draft pick for the Cowboys for this past year, Anthony Hitchens. Anthony Hitchens is someone who a lot of people thought the Cowboys overvalued. A lot of people thought he was no better than a sixth or seventh-round pick, and the Cowboys took him in the fourth round. They liked his makeup, and they like what they feel he brings to their defensive package. So they feel justified in taking him, and now he gets to definitely get thrown into the fire because he more than likely will be the guy expected to carry the burden of replacing Sean Lee. So we're going to see if Mr. Hitchens was worth that fourth-round pick right off the bat. And, outside of Sean Lee going down, they also have Anthony Spencer, who they re-signed. He's coming back off of microfracture surgery, and they still don't know if he's going to be ready for the 2014 season. So, in my opinion, the guy who the spotlight is on that front seven is Bruce Carter, the weak side linebacker. This is a guy who in 2012 had a very good season before he went down with his injury. He took a giant step back last year, and the Cowboys need him to return to the promise he showed in 2012, now more than ever. Onus is on Carter to step up and help take over this defense because they need it. They're also going to be counting on bounce-back years from Tyron Crawford, former second-round pick for him, and Henry Milton, who they signed from the Chicago Bears. Both of them are coming back off the season-ending injuries, and now the onus is on both of them even more. The onus is on that entire defense to replace the loss of Sean Lee. Some of the other storylines coming out of Cowboys camp, Dez Bryant has started to say that he wants to be paid like a number one receiver. He feels he deserves to be paid like a number one receiver. And personally, I kind of agree with him. I don't think Dez Bryant is going to be leaving the Cowboys for a second. I expect him to actually work with the Cowboys front office to work out a long-term contract that not only puts Dez Bryant among one of the top-paid players at his position, but also helps the Cowboys out in terms of the structuring going forward. I look for Dez to help the Cowboys out as long as he gets paid. So I don't think Dez Bryant is going to wind up leaving next year at all. Zach Martin, who was the one engaging with Sean Lee when his knee buckled, has actually looked very well so far, and he expects to start at right guard right off the bat, which is a bold statement. He's learning a new position and a new side of the offensive line. He was a left tackle in Notre Dame, so a lot is going to be expected on him, and he looks up to the challenge thus far. And the other issue, Kyle Orton, who is trying to retire, and the Cowboys keep trying to bring him back. They are worried about Tony Romo being able to last the whole season. And seeing as how he has had two major surgeries over the course of the last year and a half, there's a good reason for that. Kyle Orton they see as the best possible backup, even though they did bring Brandon Weeden in earlier this offseason. As of right now, does look like Orton is going to retire, though. But that's basically all that's going on at Cowboys camp. Bad week if you're a Cowboy fan with Sean Lee going down. Check out everything else we got going on the Sports Zone. We got the Yankee Report. We got looks at Giants and Jets camps thus far. And we got everything else from Tom Lumbo, Aaron Hadasmy, Jay Rofsky, Jake Dixon, George Murphy, and Dave Tice. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at We Are Sports Zone. Send us any questions and comments you may have. Thanks, everyone, for watching. For This Is Sports Zone, I am Mike Aglialoro. We will see you next time, folks.